feel when some of your colleagues or ex-colleagues are ungrateful to you, or you're left with that feeling of being ungrateful, or they appear more entitled than you think they should be? That's what I want to decipher in my today's Workplace Dynamics podcast. Now, where did it start? In fact, many such occasions I've felt this, but strongly once when in one of my employment tenures, we had a very senior person, and we were hiring a lot of senior people those days. And one of the tenured employees, in that offsite where we were introducing leaders, took me aside and said, "Hey, look, Kamal, I hope the people who are old timers in the company will be taken care of and we won't be lost in the crowd." And for me, the immediate reaction was that, wasn't this a mutually beneficial relationship that allowed you to be this long in this company? Or was it just one-sided? The person's reaction told me that maybe the person at this point of time was feeling that it's a one-sided relationship. That means the person has put efforts, maybe the organization has not responded to the expectation of the person. So somewhere I was left with this feeling that the organization owes that person one. And how many such people can you think of in your life where you feel that person owes me one? Famously, if we are leaders, we tell ourselves, look, I hired that person, I promoted that person, I saved that person's job, things like that, which gives us I don't know what kind of feeling that is, but it's at best is self-appreciation. But we do that all the time with people whom we know. And when those people don't keep in touch, they don't text us, that kind of a feeling sort of only increases in our mind. And every time we think about that person and we talk about them, we talk in a little more negative way or feel a little more entitled about them, that they're being ungrateful to us. And you think of many such situations in your own company. For example, let's say times like promotions, new roles. And at that point of time, you feel like because of the market, because you spend time in the company, you are entitled for a certain pay or a recognition which doesn't come your way. And everything is based on the fact that the organization owes me one because I've been around. And you can spread that even further. Let's say you are in a client-facing role, you build a client from A to Z, and now because you moved on, you moved to some other role, and the same client is being managed by somebody else. But when they talk about it, they no longer give you the same credit or attach your name along with the client because that time is over. You are in a new space now. But then for you, you feel the organization owes you one for building that client. And more tenured you are, the more irritations like that you find because there will be new policies, new practices, new reward system. And you feel, okay, pehle to aisa nahi tha, right? And somewhere because you're there, you feel that the organization owes you one, or the HR owes you one, the boss owes you one because you're around. So what does it do to you when you feel that somebody owes you one? In my view, the irritation in us increases because we're expecting the person to do something for us. Let's say your boss is, or ex-boss rather, is recruiting somewhere, in a company that you want to work for. You reach out, the person says, okay, I'll take care of it, but nothing happens after that. But because of the relationship that you have with the person and you're desperate for a job, you expect that the boss owes you one, but he or she doesn't, right? So I can go on with many such examples, but what I want to leave you with is, if at all you think about anybody, personal life, professional life, and you tell yourself, this person owes me one, for whatever reason. You work together, you've got a great relationship, somebody's your classmate, somebody's your ex-colleague, ex-boss, whatever way your relationship is with them. And because they're in a space where at least they need to offer you a favor, an introduction, or a new job, I don't know what it is. But whenever you think that they owe you one, you feel you're one level down. And when you start with that feeling, you get more irritated and your own expectation from that relationship changes. You feel somebody is being ungrateful to you. And what does it do to you? It makes you more entitled, right? I don't have a solution for you today, but just think of it, that if anybody owes you one at all, and if they do, then how will you interact with them? Will you interact with them in a way that, you need a favor from them, or you interact with them as though you're entitled? Thank you for tuning into my Workplace Dynamics podcast once again. Till we meet again.